Hello and welcome sports fans to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and our outstanding sponsors who make these live presentations possible for you fans to enjoy. I am Joseph Brett alongside my cameraman, as always, David Alvarez, coming to you live from South Medford High School, or Harry and David Field here in Medford, Oregon. Harry and David Field, the home of the South Medford Panthers. We welcome you to the Abby's Pizza pregame show as we get set for this matchup between the South Eugene Axe and your South Medford Panthers. The Axe coming to town from Eugene. They are 2-7 on the season out of the Southwest Conference. They're the number 40 ranked team in the OSAA. They're 0-3 in Southwest Conference play. They are coached by Elijah Simmons and assisted by Gavin Brona and Caden Davis. The Panthers coming to this one, they're ranked number 22. They're 5-5 overall in the season with a league record of 1-3 in the Southwest Conference. They are coached by Josh Moody, assisted by Scott Carl, Eric Lund, and Michael Merrill. A beautiful day for baseball here in Medford, Oregon. A 1 o'clock start time for this matchup between South Eugene and South Medford. It is 55 degrees out. A few clouds out there in the sky, but a beautiful day. Plenty of sun and just a very slight breeze moving in from left field towards home plate this afternoon. A doubleheader set for this matchup, a 1 o'clock and a 3 o'clock start time. We will have just the 1 o'clock game here for you on Table Rock Sports this afternoon. The coaches coming together at home plate for a meeting with the umpires before we are set to get underway. And then we will have first pitch in just about 3 minutes. We welcome our home and visiting fans who are watching today on your home for local live sports coverage, TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer for this event is Joe Brett. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Big Table Rock Sports thank you to the 4,000 of you who already are subscribed. If you are not and you're listening and watching off of our YouTube page currently, well, find that red subscribe button, give it a click, and get notified when all games go live across the Table Rock Sports Network. It's South Eugene, South Medford getting ready to get underway here at Harry and David Field. We'll step away for just a moment, take a quick break, and we'll be right back with first pitch right after this.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
We welcome you back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day here on Table Rock Sports, South Medford, South Eugene, getting ready to get underway here at Harry and David Field. Looking at the Southwest Conference, it's Grants Pass on top, 4-0 on the season in Southwest Conference play. They're 7-2 overall on the season, and then the number 5 ranked team in the state, followed by Roseburg and Sheldon at 3-1. North Medford, South Medford, both 1-3. Willamette 1-4, and down at the bottom is this Axe baseball team that you're getting a chance to see here today against South Medford. They're yet to pick up a win in Southwest Conference play. They're 0-3, 2-7 on the season overall. Take a look at the Panthers defensively to start this ball game. It is Tristan Malari starting on the bump for the Panthers. Behind the plate is Easton Douglas. Over at first is Evan Roden. At second is Keegan Painter. At shortstop is Brad Love. Over at third is Grady McQuillan. Out in left field is Jake Lewis. Owen Levins in center. And in right field, it is Cooper Mitchell. So that's your starting defense this afternoon for South Medford. Malari with a swinging strike 3 to start the ball game. Now with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. As we mentioned, just a slight breeze blowing in from left field in towards the plate as Malari delivers the 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. And now Malari ahead 0-2 to the batter for South Eugene, Gavin Bush.
Off the bat, we don't got much hitters here. Usually the 1, 2, 3, 4 are your best hitters, right?
And now 2 away as Bush goes down, and it brings to the plate number 14, Gino Humphrey. It was Bush, the leadoff batter, went down swinging. And then it was Van Ryzen, the two-hitter, going down swinging as well. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the ball game for Malari. As we have 2 outs here in the top of the first inning and a 1-1 count now here to Gino Humphrey as he fouls that one off for strike 2. Malari looking to have a quick 1-2-3 inning here. The 1-2 pitch. And ball hit to first base. A collision over there at first between Roden and Humphrey. Roden appears to be all right as he stepped on first base for the third out of the inning. And the Panthers take care of business in the top half of the first. 1-2-3 for the Axe will bring the Panthers to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. South Eugene leaves no runners stranded. They get no hits in the top of the first. Bottom half coming your way right after this on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Sports are in trouble, and officials are in extreme demand.
So we're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents. And community members.
What it takes is attention to detail.
A positive attitude and respect for the game.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
Because the hard truth is,
no ref, no game. Play ball.
We welcome you back, Lithia Superstore game of the day here on TableRockSports.net. The Panthers come to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. Quick 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Panthers. Malari with 2 strikeouts in the top half of the inning and a ground ball to first base brings South Medford to the plate here, and a ball hit out into left field on an 0-1 count for Easton Douglas, and he's got himself a double to lead things off for the Panthers. And a good start for South Medford. And now at the plate for South Medford with a runner in scoring position is the second baseman, Keegan Painter. Defensively for South Eugene, it is Andrew Rodman on the mound. Gavin Bush behind the plate. Over at first is Jonah Alexander. Bunt and run for the Panthers, and an error on the throw to first base will advance Keegan to second. And coming across the plate for the first run of the ball game for the Panthers is Easton Douglas. So the steal was on as Painter laid down the bunt. The throw got away from the first baseman, Alexander. And on the air, the Panthers score one. And Keegan advances now over to second base. And swinging at the first pitch there is Malari, and it gets down on the air from the right fielder. And a hard hit ball down the third base line there. Going to go just foul. Almost went off of the bag there at third base, but foul ball. The count now 0-1 to Evan Roden. And Roden hit in the back. He's going to head on down to first base on the 2-2 pitch there. And the Panthers now with runners on first and third with one out. So over at short defensively for South Eugene is Oliver Trent. At third is Gabe Garcia. Out in left field is Gino Humphrey. In center is Brendan Van Ryzen. And out in right defensively to start the ball game is Charlie Chuck Binstadt. And the first pitch here to Brad Love. Over the top of his head, ducking and getting out of the way. Love was a call-up on this Panthers varsity team last year and stepped up in a big way for the Panthers. As he drives this one out in the right field, it's going to get down and deep all the way to the fence. Love's going to have himself a triple. No, they hold him up. Love's going to have to get back to second base. He does safely, and the run from third is going to score on the double from Brad Love. And now the Panthers out to an early 3-0 lead. So that's going to bring now to the plate Jake Lewis. And South Eugene's coach coming out to have a talk with his team in the infield. And can only guess what he's telling them down there, but looks a little fired up. Probably telling them, hey, we got to play smart baseball here. We can't keep throwing the ball around like we are having snowball fights with each other in the infield. That last one, getting to the second baseman there, he's got to run that one in rather than going back to second base with a runner on third. Just not very heads-up baseball there by the Axe. And the Panthers now lead it 3-0. First pitch, high to Jake Lewis. So it's Love over at second for the Panthers, getting himself a good little lead. Second baseman comes in to check on him, now backs off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ball in the dirt. Love takes off for third, and he's going to be safe. A 1-1 pitch in there for a strike to Lewis. The count now 1-2. Panthers still with only one out. Now have a runner on third base. A 1-2 pitch. Swing. Bouncing ground ball to the third baseman. Throw over to first in time, and there's two away. And now Owen Levens comes to the plate for the Panthers. Looks to the first pitch inside for a ball. One-0 pitch, swing, another bouncing ground ball. It'll be taken by the shortstop. Throw to first is gonna be in time. Looked like Levens might have beat that one out, but the call is an out. And the Panthers will leave one runner stranded, but they score three here in the bottom half of the first inning. A good start for South Medford here against South Eugene as Malari comes back out onto the mound for the Panthers. You're listening to South Medford Panthers baseball on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Swing and a miss. Karpinski takes the mighty cut. Can connect as the count goes 2-1. Next pitch, fouled back to the screen. Count level at 2-2. The Axe looking for their first hit of the ball game. They got a runner aboard as Rubel was hit by a pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's one. 0-2 the count. 0-2 the count. Pitch a little outside. Knutson seeing if she can't get Buckhands fishing a little bit there. Takes on that to run the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Count goes 2-1. In 1 minute here on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're investing.
Okay, baseball?
Softball.
Okay. Okay, let's score again.
2-0, North Medford.
All right, Joe Brett reporting a score to me here. In action, we've got a couple of front runners going at it today in North Medford and Sheldon. North Medford leading in that ball game by a score of 2-0. Like I said, this is going to be a horse race this year.
Yes.
Top to bottom, it's now top of the order we go, and getting aboard Ostvik. Second safety of the day, scored to lead off the game, and the Panthers sent 9 to the plate in the first, so we're right back at the top of the order. Ostvik now on board, and here's Turpin. Runner goes, throw down to second. A toss down to the keystone in the dirt. Ostvik with the steal is in scoring position now. On the play. Turpin into third. Knutson, who hit a 2-run single in her first at-bat. No, actually, that is Cote there. And she'll drop that one going the opposite way as Turpin comes home. So now getting our scorebook up to date here. Cote with the single, bringing home Turpin. Before her, Knutson with the sacrifice fly that brought Ostvik home. One gone, runner at first, runner goes. And Cote down at second. Aubrey Joe, the hitter. Ahead in the count, 1-0. One gone in the inning. Joe yanks that foul. And I tell you, when she makes contact, people get out of the way. Horquist Hewlett comes to the plate. Bouncing ball down to third. That will So South Medford with 4 runs in the first and 3 so far in the second. That one finds the hole, base hit. And Cooper yanks it foul. So you got Kaufman at first, Joe at second. 0-1 the count to Ashlyn Cooper. Pitch high to even it up at 1-1. 1 gone in the inning. Runners at first and second. Cooper hits the line drive out to center field. There to make the catch is Audrey Hyatt. And there's 2 gone. Pitch to the backstop. Runners will move up. We got runners at second and third now. 2 gone. That brings up Sydney Butterfield. Ball bounces wide of third. Practicing patience at the plate. She's ahead in the count, 3-1. Horquist the pitcher. That one, the sinking line drive, lands home. And a play at the plate. 2 runs will score as Butterfield keeps the hit parade going for the Panthers. Burns. Kind of a slap attempt there, unsuccessful. 0-1 the count. 2 gone. And Butterfield down to third. Here comes the pitch. Burns takes on that one as she is now at 1-2. Sophomore, left-handed hitter. Pitch a little up and in. Working a good at-bat here as the count goes even at 2-2. Butterfield down at third. Burns awaits the pitch. Bouncing ball down to first. Unassisted goes Palizzato. And once again, the Panthers send 9 hitters to the plate and add 5 to the board. John L. Scott scoreboard: South Medford 9, South Eugene 0. We'll be back with the 9, South Eugene 0. We'll be back with the top of the third. The top of the third on the other side of this break. On the other side of this break.
Diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever. Maybe you're not much whatever. Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover
Number two hitter in the order, Izzy Palazzato. Right-handed hitting, first baseman. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Contact there for Palazzato. Fouled off to our right as the count goes 0-2. A 5-4 mark on the season, but 0-4 in the Southwest Conference. Looking to change that this afternoon. Pitch out, son. Line drive hit to center field. Running in and making the catch for South Medford, Danica Ostvik. And that'll wipe out the Axe threat here in the top of the third. John L. Scott scoreboard. Panthers 9, Axe nothing. We will be back on the other side of this break.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
And stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose relationships rather than transactions. Relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Go to the home half of and a tip of the hat to some of our longtime sponsors here on Table Rock Sports, Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less. Another one of many fine businesses and sponsors of Table Rock Sports who support our community. Ball hit down to shortstop. Running it out is Ostvik. The infield hit there, the 7th by our count in the afternoon. And that'll bring up Turpin. Scored a pair of runs on the day. Ostvik with a steal her last time up. And she takes off once again, throw down to second base, bouncing ball. Goes into center field and sliding into third, getting ahead of the throw is... So run number 10 is just 90 feet away, and excellent opportunity here for the Panther shortstop. She's ahead 2-0 in the count. Pitch in the dirt. Ziegler with the block as the count goes 3-0. Here comes the pitch. Bouncing ball hit wide of third. Advantage remains with Turpin as the count goes 3-1. Ball hit in the air. That one's going to fall in and go to the fence. Ostvik will score. Stretching it out and running into third is Turpin. Now it's a 10-0 ball game. Jordan Knutson hit a 2-run single in the first and then had a sacrifice fly in the second. In the first and hit a single in the first and hit a single in the second. That ball's fair as she smokes it down the left field line. Aubrey Joe's got that capacity for making. So she's down at second with one gone. Addie Kaufman playing the hot corner today. Stands in. Kaufman 1 for 1, walk, and singled. And she'll hit one in the air, and that one's going to fall into left center field. Joe will hold up at third, but now we got to play at second. And Kaufman makes it in time. Ashlyn Cooper walked and flew out to center in the ball game. Hits one underneath the glove of the third baseman. Joe will come home. Cooper motors into second. So we got runners at second and third now. Sydney Butterfield doubled her last time up. Northwest Hewlett gets ahead here, 0-1. Bring that scoreboard up to date. Ground ball hit the shortstop, throw across the infield, not in time. And another run comes home for South Medford, making it we got a football score here, 14-0. One gone in the inning. And that'll bring up Luna Burns, number 9 hitter in the South Medford order. Coach Mattern is there in the circle. So the Panthers have batted around twice thus far in the ball game, and have done so once again as we started out the inning with Ostwick, and now we're all the way through the order down to Burns, who's grounded out twice in the ball game. She shows bunt, and a tag at the plate. They get the runner to prevent another run from scoring. So Burns gets on the fielder's choice. Danica Ostwick, 2 for 2 on the day, a pair of singles and a walk. Scored 3. Pitch high. Ball hit in the air. That one will land for Ostwick. Burn on the afterburners, and she motors into third. So we've got runners at second and third with 2 gone. So South Medford up 15-0. We'll quickly go to break, and then we'll be right back.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert goes. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
So South Medford raises their record to 6-4 over their first league victory of the season with a 15-0 decision, a no-doubter after 3 innings here at South Medford High School. We're going to wrap up our stream for the day. Our post game is brought to you by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting civil behavior at youth sporting events. Of course, Travel Medford, your sport round where the West Coast comes to play. South, a dominant performance, scoring 4 runs first, 5 runs in the second, and 6 runs in the third. Like I said, a lot of really actually pretty good play by South Medford this season. They just seemed like their main challenge has been trying to put runs on the board. That's not the issue here today, as South Medford takes game 1 of the doubleheader. Jordan Knutson, senior right-hander, ends up with 7 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. So a solid day for her in the circle today. Also, she drove in 3 runs on the afternoon. Well, we got a little bit of everything today in terms of just good contributions all throughout the lineup and good play by the Panthers, who now raise their overall record to 6-4. If you happen to be here locally, I encourage you to come on down. Coming up here in a little bit will be Game 2 of the doubleheader. For us, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our broadcast here, and we thank you for joining us. On behalf of our executive producer and my cameraman, Joe Brett, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you for joining us, and have a great afternoon.